Maybe it was because of the stuff around his face and just at that angle with his eyes closed. Maybe if he had his eyes open, I could probably tell by his eyes, but that didn't even look like Roy to me. But they, then they confirmed that's Roy. Turns out the retarded fat guy who got hacked up by that one kid with the axe, he was Roy's son. So that's pretty convenient. Although if he was Roy's son and he was like, avenging his son's death, I wonder why he didn't go after the kid who axed him. What was his name? I forget his name, but I don't know. Like he might have been at the county jail or something. Just like add a little quick scene in there, kill that guy. At least that would make sense if you get the first guy who actually sparks your vengeance, kind of like Miss Voorhees did, and then Jason did, and kill the guy who killed his mother, or the girl who killed his mother. Anyway, and then the ending, like the final dream sequence at the end, Tommy, somebody comes to his bed, he wakes up with a knife, stabs the girl, and then he wakes up, and then has another Jason hallucination, and then kind of finds his hockey mask, the blue one. I don't know where he got it from. It might have been Roy's, but yeah, he finds a hockey mask nearby, and then like the real scene of the girl coming in there when he's awake, she goes in there, she hears some glass break, and then when she gets in there, it looks like Tommy broke out, but he closes the door behind her, and then he's got the hockey mask on with a knife up like that, and then the shot just ends on his face like that. And I thought that was a much better setup for Tommy possibly being the next Jason or whatever. Since he was, he shaved his head in part 4 to kind of look like Jason as a kid, and gave that look at the end, like, and the whole die, just the whole ferociousness of it. I thought that was a better setup for Tommy, but of course they didn't go that way with part 6. But I like this sequel. It was still scary, good jumps, still good gore, good kills. I was disappointed with the Jason, at least the stuntman. I thought he kind of moved. I don't know. He was kind of. I knew he was playing just a regular guy who could limp around because he's hurt, he gets injured, he reacts to pain, stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe he was too skinny. He was skinnier than all the Jasons before that, and I don't know. He just didn't seem that threatening. He didn't seem that scary. Except when they didn't show him, when they just showed the weapons, with the earlier kills, like throughout the first and second act, or the second act, I guess. I like the slight comedic tone. It worked. I like Tommy's acting. And the ending was okay. It was adequate, but I liked how. I thought it was underrated. I thought it was better than a lot of people, make it out to be. So overall, I give it a. And then there's part 6, Jason Lives, directed by McLoughlin in 1986. I did not like this movie. Thought it was boring. I thought the kills were lame, inane, too basic, not really that creative. Too goofy, by the way. I didn't like the score. It was too, I don't know, it sounded like something in a PG movie. to me. Like a PG version of Jason. I didn't like C.J. Graham as Jason. Thought he was too stiff. Had no personality. I didn't like his makeup. It looked too generic, too not really that detailed. Just kind of looked like tree bark. I mean, yeah, I know he's a zombie, but I like Kane Hodder's makeup better in Part 7. It's just a little more detailed and defined. And let me see. Yeah, the kills. Let me see. Out of the kills, you got this happy face in a tree. Jason, like, he shoves a guy's face into a tree. It leaves a happy face, like an exact little happy face, dot, dot, circle. And it rips his arm off in the process. It's got a machete in it. And it's all during this scene where you got these paintball players, dressed like camouflage soldiers, playing paintball, shooting paintball guns at each other, shooting paintball guns at Jason. It's got this really goofy music by Harry Manfredini. It's got the military drums and all that. And I just thought it was too silly and cartoonish. The triple decapitation, I'm assuming, was cut down because you barely saw, like, you didn't see any heads falling on the ground. You barely saw their headless bodies falling out of frame. And the kills, they weren't really that bloody either. I'm trying to think of the other ones. I don't know, I guess I don't have a favorite kill, but maybe the best kill I can think of is one where the girl gets her face shoved into the side of the what do you call it, the trailer, mobile home or whatever. And I thought that little part was funny, like how she, she's getting shoved back and she's falling back and forth from the front of the back, front to back, while the boyfriend's like driving the thing around all crazy. Thought it was funny. He's like, shit, and fall on her ass and shit. That was funny. And then Jason, pushing her face into the wall. That was okay. And then the first kills at the beginning, I chuckled at the credit card death, where she's like, well, first Tony Goldwyn gets killed by a spear through his gut, thrown over. And then she takes out her wallet. She's like, oh, here's some money. Like, Jason doesn't want your money. Then he disappears, reappears on top of her, bloop, stabs her in the face with a spear, and then the credit card flows out, of course. Don't leave home without it, blah, blah, blah. I got a chuckle out of it, but I don't know. I didn't think this movie was, like, I know it's supposed to have a comedic tone, but it just fell flat to me. I thought Part 5's comedic tone was a little bit better, a little funnier. I don't know. I was just bored.